How many oceans are there? There is only one global ocean. Well, there is only one global ocean. The vast body of water that covers 71% of the Earth is geographically divided into distinct named regions. The boundaries between these regions have evolved over time for a variety of historical, cultural, geographical, and scientific reasons. Historically, there are four named oceans: the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. However, most countries, including the United States, now recognize the Southern Antarctic as the fifth ocean. The Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian are the most commonly known. Located in the Pacific Ocean, 7,100 islands and 36,000 kilometers of coastline make up the country of the Philippines. Over 2,000 fish species, 22 species of whales and dolphins, 900 species of seaweed, and more than 400 species of coral call the Philippine Sea home. The ocean matters to people too, with over 1 million Filipinos depending on it for their livelihoods, equal to 4% of the country's gross national product. Not many people know that the Philippines hosts unique and unparalleled marine biodiversity. Part of the Coral Triangle, the Philippine Sea is often referred to as the Amazon of the seas, where 70% of all known coral species in the world are found. Hence, protecting the biodiversity of the Philippine Sea is important not just to the neighboring countries, but to the larger marine ecosystem. Pollution, fishing practices like dynamite fishing, and climate change threaten the health of the Philippine Sea. Oil spills have continually impacted the Philippine Sea and local communities. For example, in 2008, a coal spill off the coast of Bolinao cost an estimated $55 million in damage. As a result, 3/4 of the mangroves have disappeared and 54% of the coral reefs are badly damaged. Endangered species in the Philippine Sea include hawksbill sea turtles, giant clams, net coral, false flower coral, sei whales, blue whales, fin whales, loggerhead turtles, humphead rays, green turtles, spiny turtles, and frog-faced soft-shell turtles, among many others. The country is considered the center of marine biodiversity in the world by the Global Marine Species Assessment of the World Conservation Union, a designation that highlights its importance in the Pacific Coral Triangle. The country's waters contain the third most extensive reef system in the world, spanning about 22,000 square kilometers or 8,500 square miles. Threatened by coastal development, pollution, overfishing, and destructive fishing practices, how the Philippines manages its seascapes impacts global marine conservation, a study states. In the last decade, the Philippines lost 1/3 of its coral cover, and nearly 75% of the country's fishing grounds are overfished. Figures based on assessments done a decade ago, which means the situation may have worsened today, says Oceana Philippines, a marine non-government organization. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources reiterated its call to Filipinos to protect the ocean, citing its significant role in ensuring food security. DENR Secretary Roy A. Simato emphasized the importance of protecting the oceans, not only to help generate jobs for the tourism sector, but more importantly, to ensure food security for the entire country. He said that during this health crisis, we have already seen how essential food is to our daily lives. It is therefore also fitting that we protect our ocean, because through the interconnection biodiversity, our food supply, whether inland or water, depends on our oceans. At the same time, DNR Undersecretary for Solid Waste Management and Local Government Units Concerns, Benny D. Antiporda, has expressed concern over the very alarming state of our oceans. If every person throws a piece of candy wrapper in the ocean, after just a few months, we would lose our oceans. This is the simplest form of explanation to this growing problem, he said. Antiporda pointed out that the growing problem of marine pollution is one of the main reasons why the DENR closed all illegally operating open dump sites across the country and strictly implemented Republic Act 9003, or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. Plastic debris in our oceans is a global problem that costs the world as much as $2.5 trillion annually. They noted that the country and its neighbors are literally choking on plastic debris. 750,000 metric tons of which leach into the sea from the Philippines every year. However, in the face of this challenge, one expert claimed U.S.-Philippine marine cooperation is one of the most productive endeavors we have seen historically. Together, we are improving waste management and developing innovations in packaging and recycling to keep debris out of the ocean, while raising community awareness to change handling of plastic waste. Our work to make Philippine waters plastic-free will revive coral reefs, strengthen fish populations, clean up the beaches, support tourism, and reduce greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. With much at stake, sovereignty, food security, and livelihoods, we must continue to do our utmost to protect the world's waters. Thank you.